Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of On the Town with Tanya. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Today's guest, in their own words, is a Christian artist dedicated to using music to connect with people facing life's challenges. His songs are inspired by real life experiences, offering reassurance and hope. His music reminds us that it's okay to struggle and that we can emerge stronger on the other side. Through his music, he aims to introduce listeners to Jesus, rekindle our faith, and deepen our belief. His new digital EP, Rescued, Redeemed, and Forgiven, is now available on all streaming platforms. Please welcome Howard Gripp. I was going to say Christian musical artist, but I never know to say that, so I'm going to have you correct me later. Please welcome Howard Gripp. Welcome.
How you doing?
Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you so much. So when side note is when someone's introducing you as a musical artist, and I say an artist for Jesus, should we make that distinction or should we not make that distinction and let people figure it out as they listen?
I'm proud of being a follower of Jesus, so I'm all for that.
Okay, good. No, I just never know.
Yeah.
So I mean, as a Christian myself, I'm a Quaker Christian, whatever you want to call me. I believe in Jesus, put it that way. I don't care what you refer to me as long as you call me a child of God, I'm happy.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Let's see, you're available on things. All right, so give us a background first of what led you to your calling of music, because that's very important.
When I was young, I went to church with my mom all the time. She worked there. She played the big pipe organ. She sang in the choir. She worked there, so I was at church all the time when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I learned about Jesus. I said the prayer, when I was a kid, and I wish I would have known then what I know now, because I was a believer and I said the prayer, but I never really had that relationship with him yet. Mm-hmm. And then when I was 16, I played my first rock show. I'm an old rocker, so I played my first rock show, and I got bit by the bug, and I wanted to be a big rock star, So I was playing my first show when I was 16 in bars. I had to get permission slips from my parents to go play, and which was cool. And they'd come out and see us, and I played with my brother for a while, so they'd come out to some really pretty seedy bars, and they'd still come out and they'd support us all the time. So that's kind of how I got started between my mom and my brother Bob. So fabulous. I went out and I really started going at it hard, trying to be the rock star. I got a small recording deal back in the 90s. I cut a CD, and things were going okay back then. I got married real young. We got pregnant and we got married real young. I had 3 kids, but I was still, trying to live that rock and roll life, and the two didn't balance very well, and things got bad. I ended up having an affair and living, got into drugs and all that stuff, and eventually my marriage ended. But it was just, everything had kind of culminated into this big mess of, pain, and I was depressed, and my marriage was coming to an end, and relationship with my boys was strained, and I just decided one day that I was done. I was going to be done, right? And I woke up one Sunday morning and got in my truck, and I was going to drive real fast into something really hard, and I was going to be done. And somehow I ended up in this church parking lot that I had gone to off and on for, a couple of years, and I thought, well, I guess God's telling me I better go get right with him before I go do what I'm going to do. So I go in the church, and I lost it, and I ended up surrendering to Jesus then. It's about 17 years ago now. And I really had the relationship with Jesus. And I walked out, and here 17 years later, I'm sitting right here. So about 2 years ago, I felt God saying, hey, you tried your rock and roll thing, and we're going to be done with that. And I want you to do music, but I want you to do it for me, and I want you to glorify me. And I said, well, that's cool. I'm not 25 years old anymore, but if that's what you want me to do, then that's what I'll do. So I played my last bar last December, I don't do that anymore. I'm 100% on the Christian music side. And
but suppose you were playing Christian music in the bar, you might save some souls. I'm just saying.
Well, that's kind of a funny statement, because I brought some people to church by doing that. So I've been doing Christian music for about a year and a half, and probably the last 2-3 months of playing with another guy in bars, I started playing some of my original Christian music while we were there, and I got some people to come to church, and so it was working.
Yeah,
but
no.
There's so many temptations in that area. It's just,
that's true.
Yeah, for me to do what I think God wants me to do, I don't think that's the place for me to be. So
okay, that makes sense. But that's good to know what inspired your transition. Because I was going to ask about, you used to play rock and roll, and what transpired you to go into Christian, but you basically summed it up. Was there? Well, there was a pivotal moment. You mentioned the pivotal moment in your journey. But what, I'm sure you've had no regrets, and probably only good things since you've done that.
Yeah, it's been unreal, if I'm honest with you. I mean, I've gone from, when this all first started, I thought, well, I'm going to go to Nashville. I'm going to cut a couple of songs, and Christian songs, and I'm going to, to do that, and that'll be fun. And I guess that's what he wants me to do, So I went down to Nashville, and I got these 2 songs on the cheap. They were kind of demo-ish, the first 2 songs I released. But so John Chisholm is a guy that I took a Christian songwriting class through, because I didn't know how to write Christian music, because it's very different. And it's bearing your soul and letting everybody see all of your dirty laundry. And, because I want to help people through the pain and the trials that I've gone through, So I cut those 2 songs. I met John Chisholm while I was down there, and he said, I got this artist development class that maybe you might want to think about going through. And I'm still thinking, I'm not 25 years old anymore. Right. But I guess if that's what God wants me to do, okay, let's do that. And I ended up going and cutting my first EP down in Nashville with a lot of professional musicians. And I've played in Nashville, which was super cool. I was a member of You Guys Music. I was in that You Guys Music competition. I finished in the top 5 there and got to perform in San Antonio in front of 1,800 people. And it's just been a crazy. I just got done cutting my second EP in January. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy. God is good.
God is good. And I think a lot of times we want to go and do what we want to do, right? Whether that's singing, writing, whatever it is, it's making clothes, whatever it is, open a business, you can apply the same thing. We always go and do what we want to do and what we see other people doing instead of and that's why I tell people, like, I'm a Quaker, so I believe in sitting in silence. I know nobody believes that because I talk a lot, especially in the community. I talk a lot, but in my truth, I love sitting in total silence, going in the middle of the woods or wherever and just sitting there and listen, because you don't listen to what God tells you. You end up doing what you decide you want to do. And it never turns out well for you. I mean, some people will say, well, that's not true. What about a billionaire? Making that up. Well, that may be true in the eyesight. We might see that it looks like these people have billions of dollars and they're living their life. But we all know that ain't also true, because if it was, the DuPont heir wouldn't have been up in prison for often his best friend. I'm just saying, if that was the case, because he didn't listen to what he was supposed to do. He decided to do what he was, everybody told him to do. I'm a big advocate for that, especially now, maybe because I'm old. I'm getting old. I'm never getting older. But it's so clear to me that if you do what is on your heart, usually placed on by the divine, that will lead you to whatever it is you was looking for. Isn't that
100%? I believe that.
Yes, and your music, through music, I wonder how. I wish we could go back and find out how many souls you've saved, how many minds you've changed, how many hearts you've softened just with your music. Forget everything else. Just with that. That is the part that we need to find out. Like, start investigating.
Exactly.
Say, it was 10,000 souls, or 5,000 hearts changed today. That would be great, right? If we could find that out.
That would be awesome.
Then you say, wow, Lord, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you for letting me find this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So brilliant. Now, how do you balance your past experience in rock and roll, with your current Christian music style? Like, does one influence the other in your songwriting?
Well, I brought the rock and roll to the Christian music writing, so I can't get it out of me. It's too many years in there.
Yes.
And God's given me songs, and that's how they're turning out, and they're doing great. So I must be doing okay with it. So I like that rock and roll sound. It's not anything heavy, it's not anything crazy, but it's just I write more. Worship songs are very worshipy, and a lot of repetitiveness, and so congregations can sing to them. I write more like things you would hear on a rock radio.
Right.
That they have, but the songs have a lot deeper meaning than what I used to write in my rock and roll days.
Right. But here's the thing about that. And I totally, I used to do backup singing, a little something. I worked in music, a little tiny little something. So I love music, and I was not born on it, but I was bred in music by my forever mom. It was gospel because she was a minister. So I grew up with a PK kid, I guess you call it. But it was the best thing ever because it trained my ear to not discriminate against a sound that might actually be something gold, So I don't say, it's rock and roll.
Yeah.
I say, oh, wait a minute. We have more bass guitar than we do drums. We have more of this. That's the only real difference. Because if the music is good, it doesn't matter what genre
right.
it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
No matter what genre. I've heard, like, I'll give you a song, and it's not Christian, but I could have made it into a Christian song. Beth by Kiss.
Oh yeah. Yep.
The melody, everything is not like right.
Right. Yeah.
Who does not like Beth when they hear it? Like who? Right. A lot of Aerosmith's older songs. Not Heaven. I forgot the name of the song. Not Heaven. That's another guy. There's another song, but who does not like that? What's wrong? Even if you don't like rock, you're about to be introduced to it. Yeah. So you can't take genres and keep putting them in. Music labels did that. They put, you're here, you're a Christian artist, and you're this, you're that artist. We have to stop letting anyone put us in these genres because our soul determines what it is anyway. Right? Because if I like my ohms, something about me, I don't know if you studied music history, but your ohms decide if you like a song really or not. I may be saying that in the wrong context, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So some people listen to opera and be like, hell, what is that? Yeah. Other people listen to opera and says, oh, my life has just changed, right? It's something in that sound, that auditory, that translate into the spiritual. And now, boom, now you got someone who's no longer angry, right? Yep. Or who is angry, depending on the music.
Right.
Depending on what music you get, you could go opposite. But Christian music for me is music that soothes the soul, no matter what genre it is.
Yep.
I know hip hop artists that do Christian music. I know you go gospel. We can go rock gospel. We can go all genres. If it's good, like Zach Williams, if it's good, like you're touching the soul. That's it. That's your goal. That's your whole goal, right?
Yep.
Nothing else matters.
And that's you talked earlier about trying to find out how many souls you saved or how many hearts you changed. Back in the rock and roll days, it was all about me. I wanted to be the big star. I wanted everybody to look at me, and now Christian music is so different because I want to touch you. I want to touch you and you and you, and I want to help you through whatever you're going through. And it's not about the fame and the fortune anymore. It's about what you said. How many people can we save? How many people can we bring to the church? How many people can we save? So a lot different.
No, it's beautiful. There's so many people turning this. That's why I wanted to have you here today, because I can tell you like thousands of people I know that are like, I don't even listen to that secular stuff anymore because it's like so many what's the name of that group? There's so many artists now that there's no way you can't find your genre in Christian, no matter what it is. I know I've heard of rock. I've heard almost thrash rock Christian. Yeah. Like, what do you want? It's here. And the point of it all is to save your soul and help yourself, relieve yourself from, because this world, there's so much going on right now that if you don't have Jesus in your life, good luck.
Yeah. For sure.
And you need all the weapons on the battlefield. Weapons of music, the weapons of the Bible, the weapons of prayer, meditation. You need all of them in order to survive today, because the devil is so busy right now. you know, and I feel like I'm really getting old now saying this because my mom used to say it when I was young. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, really? And now that I'm older, I'm like, the devil is he's a liar, but he's busy. And so you have to know who you are and who you believe in and what you believe in, because a lot of people are claiming to be Christians that are not Christians. They're not Christian, because it says in the Bible that you're not supposed to worship no other God before me, and they're worshiping people. See what I'm saying? They're worshiping concepts, and that's not what you're supposed to be. That's one thing I can say from 7 years old. My mama trained me on that one. You don't worship no beads and all that. No, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. And so the music now is a great way to lure young people in. It is great. I've seen so many there's a whole group of young people that are like, we're all about Christian life. We're celibate, the whole nine. Like, they're going in. And I was like, look at God. Who would have thought young people would be saying that, right? The people like you who write these songs from the heart and from experience, you draw in those people, and that's so important. I appreciate you so much. Your music is known for delivering very strong, inspirational messages. How do you approach writing a song that can both inspire and resonate with your audience on a deep spiritual level?
Well, most of my songs I get from my life experiences. I mean, I've gone through the ringer. I've faced death. I have 2 kids that battle addiction. One's sober now. The other one has been battling addiction for, probably 15, 16 years, and keeps going in and out of it. So When I Pray is a song I wrote about him basically on his deathbed. He survived, but it's just the experiences that I've gone through in my life that I think, the words just kind of come to me because I lived it. So it's not like I'm trying to make up a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
I just got to take that experience. Unfortunately, sometimes I have to relive it again to get songs to come out, but that's where they come from.
Right. Well, I'm going to be praying for your son, because I can tell you, when I tell you I've seen miracles out of nowhere, I've seen them. I'm talking. I knew someone, and they don't mind me saying, because that's their testimony. They were in addiction for over 30 years, heroin. Hardcore from the 60s. You know how that goes. Yeah. And they joined Jehovah's Witness, ain't never looked back. And they died sober because they wanted to give them medicine. They were like, nope, they had a tumor. But they said, nope, I'm dying sober, and that's what I'm doing. And you know what? This person is proof. For me personally, I used to be an addiction counselor. This is proof, living proof, that God can work to anybody and do anything. And it was the Jehovah's Witness. I got to give them credit, even though I wouldn't, I'm a Quaker. That's their thing. Don't be knocking on my door. But, but look at that. Look at that. There's so many groups that are known to, just like, you would have never, ever imagined this person getting sober. They were hardcore 1960s. When you look on TV and see like Huggy Bear, that type addict, or I call them old school addict, right? You would be like, there's no hope for this person. There's always hope. Always. God can come in there last minute and swoop you up like nobody's business. So I'm going to pray for that. I'm going to pray for healing and just leave it to God. That's all we can do, right?
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Yes. So being based in, Wisconsin, right? How does your environment or your local culture influence your music and message?
Well, it's kind of tough because there's not a lot of Christian venues where I'm at.
Right.
So to find someplace to play is tough. I drive anywhere from 3 to 6 hours just to play gigs, because I want to spread the word. I want to play, obviously, but I want to spread the word, and I can't. There's just not that many opportunities around here, so the environment around here is a little tough. It's a little challenging. But my church let me have a concert last year, and they haven't had a concert there for probably 20 years since it started. So that was cool. So that opened a few doors, and I do some writer rounds up in Marshfield, Wisconsin, about 50 minutes from here. But I'm trying to get more people involved around my own area.
Yes.
But it's tough.
Yes, that's all right. Keep trucking. That's why God put you in that area. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Good. People, it takes a while for people to wake up, but trust me, after a few more catastrophes, everybody's gonna be waking up.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
like, oh, what do I have left? The only thing you have left is Jesus. If you can't
Yeah.
claim him, I can't help you, right? That's it. That's I hate to say it like that. And I'm not a church pusher, like, oh,
Yeah.
you're I strongly believe that, oh, when he's ready, he's gonna let you see.
Yeah.
Trust me, by hook or crook, you're gonna see, because he will take everything from you to show you who the boss is, right?
Yeah.
And who's in charge. And like, no, this is really, I'm just giving you a little experience, a little 100 years if you're lucky, 60, 70, 80 years if you're lucky. But while you're here, I have a mission for you. That's why you're here, right?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be like, oh no, I don't have a mission. I'm here to do my thing, and I want to make all my money and do what I do. Yeah, keep thinking that. You'll see.
And then what?
And there you go. And then what? Because trust me, I'm so glad to have reached the birth age that I reached. I don't tell my age, or I have to off you. But I'm over 55 plus, over 56 plus. All right, fine, over 70, 57 plus, whatever. Okay, just a few little years, minor difference, whatever. I'm so grateful because it's clear to me now. Like, there is no question that God is first, and that if I don't, like, even for people, okay, how about this? There are some people who don't believe in God, and I can totally understand why. They've been abused by clergy. I totally get that, right? So, I'm not going to harp on somebody like that. So what I would tell them is, believe in a higher power. Start with that. You can start with that. We're good. We can work with that for now. That's fine. Just know that there's something better than you.
Right. Yeah.
That's the cat. Because us is like, we're so flaky. Like today, tomorrow, not so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, what has been one of your most powerful reactions from your fans to your music? Like, can you share a story where a song touched someone?
Yeah, when I was going down to Nashville to record those first two songs, When I Pray and You Rescued Me, I stopped at this place in Normal, Illinois on the way down, because they do Christian music every Friday night. Thought, well, I'll see. I'll kind of go and check that place out, see how I can try out, see if I can get a gig there, right? So I go in, and the group took a break, and I talked to the guy that runs the place, and I said, yeah, I'm trying to do one of your open mics or something, and I want to come down and try out and see if I can, get a gig down here sometime. She says, oh, sure, we can do that. It says, write your name down, and we'll talk when we're done here. And I said, okay. So I write my name down, and I give it to him, and he goes, Howard Gripp. I said, yeah. He goes, you got a song on Spotify called When I Pray? And I'm looking around going, what is going on here? They're 4.5 hours away from me. I've never talked to these people ever. And he said, yeah, I found your song. I don't know how I found your song, When I Pray, but I'm a recovering addict. And I never really knew what my parents went through when I was going through getting my stomach pumped 25 times and ODing. And he said, that song has changed my life. He said, I play it every day. He said, I played it for probably 10 people that are sitting in this room right now. He said, would you play that song for me? And he gave his testimony, and I played that song. It was unbelievable. Wow. So I touched somebody and I didn't even know it, so I'm hoping there's thousands of people like that.
Yes.
I may never meet, but because that's what it's about. But that's super powerful.
That is very powerful. And you just never know where the message is going to hit.
Yeah.
And who it's going to hit. So I tell people, stop making all these little discriminatory things about, well, that wouldn't be for my market. This wouldn't be for my market. That wouldn't be for my market, because you don't really know what your market is today.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, 5-year-olds and start playing, and 3 will come over and be like, they don't know why they like it. They can't articulate why, but they like it. So maybe 20 years from now, that's what they're into.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
you never know.
Like, simple. Yeah, you never know. So I want you to play something for us, but let me ask you one more question, and then we'll take a break. I'll let you play something for us. How do you handle the challenge of staying true to your artistic identity while also aligning with Christian faith in your music?
It's been pretty easy for me lately. I mean, we talked a little bit earlier about, follow what God's plan is, So, I mean, he's opened hundreds of doors for me already. He's closed some doors too, and I've had to turn and walk away from some things that I thought maybe for me would have been, I think this is good for this music. And he's saying, No, it's not. So I've had to learn how to walk away from things, which is not easy for me, but you know,
Right, right,
so,
right.
so I, you know, I belong to a fantastic church. So I'm surrounded by good Christian people. I have a great group of men, Christian friends. You know, I surround myself with Christian people. I mean, that helps me stay grounded. That helps me stay in the lane, and that helps me, you know, focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. So
That's powerful stuff, because you said something that most people don't say. You found yourself a group of Christian men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because often we think like we get caught up in things, and then the secular world, you can't be. I mean, you can. I've seen a couple people where they absolutely will not try to tempt you. But if you're in the regular world and you're trying to be Christian, even if you're trying to be sober, come on, you know, Howard, you just want one drink. And you're like, I said, I don't drink anymore. What's wrong with you? And people will actually try to convince you until you get annoyed that, no, that's not what I do. Like, you sure you want to hear this song? No, I don't want to go to that concert, dude. That's not what I do. So you have to, again, stand your ground in your faith, and you have to surround yourself with people who also identify. That's how slipping up. That's how slip-ups happen.
Yep, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, we lean on each other pretty heavy, so.
Yes, good for you. Look at me. I was one more question, but I'm trying to think. Would you rather play first, and then I'll ask the last three questions, or what do you want to do? It's up to you.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so let me ask one more, and then we're going to hear a song from Howard live. So you guys know it's StreamYard, so you know. Hopefully everything works great. Okay. So your lyrics often speak to the ideas of reassurance and not being alone. How do you make sure your music provides hope to those going through tough times?
I think that's a key to I have one, I guess it still gives you hope, but I tried to put that message of hope in every song, no matter what the song is about. I mean, I've got couple songs like the one about my son with addiction called When I Pray. I mean, the hope is in prayer, right? I've got another song called Father Help Me, which is, it's a song about a really tough time in my life, and there was nothing left, but all I could do was say, Father, help me. But there's still hope in there, because God's still in the song. God still helps, and, you know, I surrender everything to him, and he lifts me up. So, I mean, I try to, I do. I put that message of hope in every song somewhere. I think that's important.
It is very important. It's everything. I love it. What song are you going to give us today, guys? We're going to try to hear a live song from Howard, and then I'll finish after.
We'll see. So my very first Christian song I wrote was my salvation song. It's called He Rescued Me. It was kind of about that time when I went through and got saved and resaved and turned my life around. So we'll try it. I'm going to try to play with a track. I haven't done that before, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
As long as we're live, you might as well. What's that?
No, saying, guys, bear with us, my viewers. Just bear with us. We're going to try to give you just a little live scenario here.
All right, we'll see how this goes.
Okay, don't worry.
Standing alone, buried in shame, wondering where my life went wrong, crying to God for someone to blame, knowing the life I had was gone, living in fear, choices I made, thinking there was only one way out. God found me, held out his hand, lifted me up off the ground. He rescued me, made me face what I had done. He rescued me and met me where I was. He rescued me. He came to show me there was no doubt that he could turn my life around. Just made a choice, trusting in faith. In him a new life could be found. Out of my darkness searching for hope, I found a light to take his place. Never too far gone, never too far lost, for him to forgive my past mistakes. He rescued me. Made me face what I had done. He rescued me and met me where I was. From myself at the end, there was no hope for me in sight. Up to my knees I pray. Pick me up, pull me through, surrounded me with his loving arms. Now I have my head. He rescued me. He rescued me. Made me face what I had done. He rescued me. And met me where I was. He rescued me. Jesus rescued me. He rescued me. Jesus rescued me. He rescued me.
Hey, fantastic. Oh, that's what we all need to hear. That is fantastic. That touched my soul. Let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. That's amazing. That is beautiful. And even with the background doing this thing, is still very effective and touched my soul. So thank you for sharing that with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Look at my friend put a prayer thing up. She liked it. So that's good. It's very touching. And especially when you've been through something and you get out of it, that song is a testimony.
Yeah.
That song is like, that's all you can think, like, wow, how did I even get out of that? Like, what happened? But you know how you get out of it. So thank you. We can all attest to that if we stop and really, even people I know that say, I don't believe in God. And I'm like, okay, cool. You do you. Tell me how that works out for you later.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm just saying, we all get in a bind, in a pickle somewhere, whether it's health, whether it's passing of a loved one, whether it's divorce, whatever it is. We all get in a pickle. Addiction, mental illness, whatever. We all get in a pickle. And when you get in that pickle, when you realize that you are either totally by yourself, which is depressing, or I'm by myself, but there's some entity that's keeping me sane.
Yeah.
I wonder what that could be. Right? Yeah. That's how it goes. I mean, I don't know. You really don't know until you're near death, or you've had a really humbling experience. That's when you start questioning, like, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there is someone better than me, something better than me. And that, I think we get caught up in that because of the physical appearance that we see that may not be what is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we see, Jesus with blonde hair. We're like, how could he have blonde hair living in the hot desert? But instead of getting caught up in that, it's like, okay, it's the concept. It's not that physical thing you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yep. Like, just go with the concept, go with the flow. Don't go with all the other stuff that human beings. Some people say, well, if you believe in Christ, then how did, I'm making this up. The KKK had slaves. So that's what I'm saying when I say people can get caught up in the matrix of religion, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just because a pastor is bad or a church is actually the church not bad. The people in the church are bad and mean and evil or whatever they're doing doesn't mean that the concept of something greater than you is not real.
Right.
You know, take that, just abstract that and leave all the rest to the world, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think we find more souls if people just stop getting caught because, oh, I don't go to church because look, Pat's sleeping with his own wife, or this one's doing that. I said, you're caught in the matrix. That's why you can't even see God. You can't even see. You won't be able to see him until you get out of the matrix. And right now you're in the matrix. So good luck with that. When you get out, let us know. Come back. We'll be here.
Yeah.
You know, because
100%,
yeah, we all do it. And I've had my time, I'm sure, where I've done it before. I'm lucky, I'm blessed, excuse me, that my forever mom was a minister and a praying woman. Like, so she trained me early. So no matter what you did to me, you could step on me, bury me, whatever you do, I'm still saying, there's a little ray of hope.
Yeah.
Because that's how she trained me. So, I mean, I thank God for that, because it's everything. I see kids and people, human beings today, who go through stuff. And if they just have faith, if they just have, like, just boom, a dot of faith, they don't have none. So they're going way down below the barrels of the matrix. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to be that far down. If you just have hope, this hope will hope may not get you out of your jam, but it will at least keep you stable in the jam.
Right.
How about that? So it may not take you immediately out. You may still be homeless, but you walk around, instead of saying, I'm homeless and I'm never going to make it out, you start saying, well, God has something for me. What can it be?
Right.
Maybe you end up like the guy who picked up all them bottles when the bottle thing became a thing. Pop 5 cents. He started a business making $150,000 a year with bottles.
Yeah.
Homeless, totally homeless.
Yeah.
He said nothing. That's an example of what I'm talking about. He had faith. He put action into the faith, and then look what happened. Look, he has a business now. This guy's there's so many great things. If you just believe. You don't have to go all in, be all extra. Just believe and have a faith the size of a mustard seed, man.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
Exactly right.
You'd be surprised. I'm still in awe every day at my older age, my young age, that the things that God does, that I witness daily. And I say, they didn't have anything. They didn't even 2 cents to rub together. And now look at them.
Yeah.
Look at, and still growing. That's why music is so important. Staying prayed up is so important, because it feeds your soul. Because trust me when I tell you, the big old Lucifer is out there every minute saying, yeah, let's see what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out with him and see if I can get him to convince him to come with my side. Every minute. The harder you go, the harder they go.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to surround yourself. That's why, all these Christian artists that are coming out finally and being recognized finally is brilliant, because some people, this is going to be the only way they're going to get it. They're not going to get it through the church. They're not going to get it through the Bible. They're not going to get it through anything, because they don't do anything. But maybe they listen to music.
Yeah. And that's why I love now, because there's rap artists, there's metal artists, there's rock artists. You're right. You said it earlier that every genre is out there in Christian music. And it's great. It's all great. I mean,
look at Zach Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to his testimony. If you don't know, guys, Google Zach Williams.
Yeah, for sure.
And his song "Rescue Me." I mean, all the songs that he wrote, and you're like, who deemed this to happen? Your soul cannot be touched listening to some art. There's no way that I could say, I'm gonna take 10 people, line them up, set them down, and blind their face. They can't see anything, and I'm gonna play certain songs for them. If you're not touched, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, for sure. If you're listening,
and you need to get to your local Jesus as soon as possible.
I like that. I'm gonna use it.
You need to get to your local Jesus right now, because you are about to fail and it's about to go down, and I'm gonna help you out. So I don't know. Anyway, in what ways do you see Christian contemporary rock genre evolving? Like, how do you want to contribute to that growth? Did you hear me? Hello? We froze. Howard? Okay. So Howard just froze for a minute. Give us a second, and he's going to come back and answer that. And he might have to kick out and come back in. Let's see, Howard. Maybe if I let's see. It's okay, guys. This happens. You know how it goes with StreamYard. We never know. You never know. In the meantime, I'll say hi to you guys. Let's see. Hey, Tony, what's up? Keith, hey, what's up? Hey, that's right. No excuses. That's right. And Grandma Norma, hey. Okay, he's going to come back in. Don't worry. Grandma Norma, hi. Bless you. We love you. Chris, hey, what's up, beloved? How are you? And Joe, yes. And Lori, I see Lori. Hey, girl, how you doing? Love you, sweetheart. Yes, Tony. And let's see. Yes, thank you, Tony. You always so supportive. I appreciate you, Joe, too. You guys are always so supportive. Sometimes you just do. I'm doing what God told me to do. Wait, here we go. He's back. Not what I want to do. So here we go. Hi, you back?
And my laptop crashed.
Hey, we're back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We're back. Yes, I was just telling the audience that, I'm doing what God told me to do, not what I'd want to do.
Yeah.
So I'd want to be syndicated, late night show like Johnny Carson, but God told me, sorry, this is what we need to do for now. Just stay focused on the plan and motivating and inspiring, not on all the glam and all the beautiful, fancy, snancy, look at me, cleavage, none of that. I'm not into that. So I'm doing what God said. And sometimes that's not popular.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay. So I appreciate you. So go ahead. So we were saying, love you too, Chris. And I love you too, Laurie. I love you guys. I love my friends. They're so wonderful. I'm so blessed. I love when I meet people who are spiritual, even if they don't go out right saying that. Even if they don't know it sometimes. But I'm so glad. I think that's God just interjecting, attracting the people that I want in my life. So I appreciate that. Now, what role does your faith play in your creative process? Is there a specific, ritual or moment where you feel God's presence guiding you during songwriting or performance?
Definitely performing. I mean, in my songwriting too, but when I started this a little bit, when I started playing Christian music venues, I still had the rock and the bar scene in my head. So what I expected to see was already in my head. So when I'd go play, it was like, oh, this is nothing like a one. People are actually looking at me and they're listening. So that's different, and it really made me start looking at the people I was playing to, as opposed to, I wasn't just playing to a room hoping to get a lot of money at the end of the night, It's really changed how I perform, how I go to a gig and what I expect out of a gig. Now I'm looking, when I go to a gig, instead of looking for 1,000 people cheering and screaming, I'm looking for that one person to come up and talk to me afterwards and say, that song touched me, or I have a child going through that and I needed to hear that today. Or it's just, so that's how God's been working in me. He's not just changing my music, he's changing me and how I look at people and how I look at places I play at, because I play, it's not a soup kitchen, but once a month, this place called the Overflowing Cup buses in people that are recovering addicts or some may still be addicted to things, and they feed them, and then they have music come in once a month, and while they eat, somebody plays. And we just did it 2 weeks ago, and I had a whole set list played out. I took part of my band with me, so we did there was 3 of us that went, and I kind of told them, you're going to see different kind of people in here, and I had a whole set list laid out. We had a whole plan, and the pastor got up and said a few things, and there was somebody new in the audience that had just opened a recovery. They just started doing recovery there. So I looked at my 2 bandmates and I said, we're going off script. I feel God turning us in a different direction. So just hop on. Here we go. And it was very God inspired. It was super moving for me. And that was just a couple weeks ago. So he works in me, but just by making me look at things very differently now. Right.
That's a good example of listening. And because also, when you're spiritually aligned, you do sense things that other people can't pick up on. So you sense that, wait a minute, this person might be touched by something else. Let me try that.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean. Someone said to me, well, they keep telling me how I can get more viewers. And I appreciate that. But I was like, I'm not looking necessarily for more viewers. I'm looking for one soul to be saved and motivated and inspired. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know what you're looking for. And I have had advertising, what do you call them people? Marketing people try to reach out to me and they say, oh, I like the show, but you could do this. I said, I didn't ask you, first of all.
Right.
And number two, I'm here for God. I'm not here for me.
Yep.
Because if I was here for me, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to try to get on this. I'm going to try to do that. I tried that way. I don't want that. I don't want that life because it just doesn't bring long-term spiritual growth or anything. Like you just go, wow, okay, I have $1 billion. Now what? You see all the people that got billionaire status. What they're so bored, they're trying to figure out how to ruin everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what was the point of that? I'm not doing that. Yeah. But anyway, so much for them. I just thank God. So thank you so much for coming today, especially Sunday is my day of, spiritual, how do I say, not awakening because I'm awoke. But, I like to keep in spiritual things. Like today, I talked to people who are in that spiritual mode and growth, and this is right in line. So looking ahead, what are your goals for your music career? Like, are there any projects or collaborations you're excited about?
I just finished my second EP in January. That'll start releasing in April. Next month.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So got that. I'm in a couple of bigger festivals here.
Okay.
Actually, a couple here in Wisconsin. I'm opening for Danny Goki.
Goki, really?
Yeah.
I love. Are you kidding, Danny? Go. Oh my gosh! Wait, I know what song is not "You Are My Rescue Story." No, that's
No, that's
Ashes. That's another. That's Zach. No, that's Zach. That's Zach. Danny Gopi sings. Yeah, God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say. Right? Am I right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's his. Yeah.
Ooh, I love him. Oh my gosh, he's amazing, amazing. So you're in good company, brother. You're in good company. It is going down. Danny Gopi. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's super cool.
That's super. What? Super duper, you're in with the big guys because he's one of the music artists that I'm just like, wow. I mean, there's quite a few of y'all, but he's one of the ones that I'd be like, okay, I would pay whatever to see that, right? Yeah. Right. So you're going to be in great company because he has a big following, and don't worry, God's going to bring you where you need to go because your heart's in it. You're listening to what He told you to do, and that's it. You can't lose that. You cannot lose it to other people on the outside. They may be thinking about all these numbers and how many this you sold and how many that. Yeah. We don't care about that. Yeah. I can care less about that because in the end, we're gonna win.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's it. How many souls can we save? That's it. So I can't believe we're out of time already. This is crazy. Is anything else new coming up? So Danny Gopi, when is that? And where is that at again? That one?
May 25th. Yeah, it's called It's in Milwaukee. All right, I'm sorry, it's in Madison.
May 25th in Madison, Wisconsin. And it's Danny Goki. Did I say it right? G-O-K-E-Y. That's it. It's been a while. Yeah, he has. I mean, wow. Oh, look, I spelled it all wrong. Lord help.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times.
Cool, right?
He's really
good. I didn't put a capital, guys, but you understand where I'm going with that. You understand. I do know a little English, a little bit, but I knew proper spelling. But you get it. So, guys, check that out. May 25th. If you're in Madison, Wisconsin, he will be opening with Danny Goki. I mean, that's amazing. That's going to be. Ooh, stellar.
Yeah.
I wish I was in Wisconsin, so I can tell you. I'd be front row line singing hooker. I said hooker. You know what I mean, hook. The tongue twisters, I tell you. But I appreciate you so much, Howard. If anytime you have something coming out, you have a new CD out, you let me know, and I would try my best to promote it, help whatever I can in any way that I can, because you're an amazing artist. Your heart is beautiful and pure, and we need more people like that.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no, anytime. Who's this? Charlie? That's your friend?
Hey, Charlie Wilkins is on.
Charlie, hey,
That's the
how
guy
are
I
you?
used to play with.
Charlie, hey, Charlie, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We thank you all to our viewers, and you guys can go and sign up on his social media as you see down here. He's on TikTok, Linktree, Instagram. He's just all over TikTok. Yeah, what is it? Instagram and something else. Facebook, right? Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. I'm everywhere. Facebook,
You're
YouTube.
everywhere. That's right.
Spotify.
Howard. Yep, he's there. Spotify, right? That's right. So go check him out. Show support, show love, subscribe, because we have to make this Jesus thing, popular. Because right now, and y'all know the way the world's going, you're gonna need some Jesus in your life.
You're gonna need some Jesus.
You're gonna need some Jesus in your life. As a matter of fact, you'll need that more in your life than you need anything else, because nobody else can save you. Nothing. So I'm here to tell you, stay prayed up. Listen to your Christian music, preferably, because that's what's going to keep you in the right mind and not programming you the other way. So try your best if you can, okay? And we thank you so much, Howard, for taking the time and coming to see us, all right? Yeah. And hang out with me for 1 minute while I say goodbye to everybody. Guys, bye, and we'll see you next week. Let me see what next week's is. Next week is it's the 19th, and my guest next week will be let me see. No, not yet. That's not like. Anyway, make sure you check us out next week, because who's this? Somebody just said something to us. Aloha. Yes, thank you, Chris. Hey, that's right, Chris. I didn't even see you there. Duh. Thank you. Yeah, we see you. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, not because we care about numbers, because we care about people. Remember that, right? And one more person. Every time I go to say goodbye, everybody says something. That's right, Tony. We are going to need Jesus. We need him right now to come down and work out miracles.
Yeah.
Okay? Miracles for the people. And he's going to do it. I'm 100% sure God's going to show all them people that think they're in charge who really is in charge. So just hold out, hang out, keep his word, stay prayed up, whatever you do, because it's very easy to divert right now. Very easy. Yeah. So the music is very important. That'll keep your soul circulating and good vibe. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I love you guys for watching and supporting me. And to Howard Gripp, guys, thank you very much. Go get his EP. It's streaming everywhere. Make sure you go and get it. All right. Bye. Stay with me, Howard.
Thanks.
Okay.